Hello, good morning mga ka-tribu. It's Wednesday once again. Welcome to another enlightening episode of Straight Talk where we delve into the pressing issues that shape our times. I'm Chito Lozada. We're live on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube. Today, we have here with us Teddy Montelibano.
We are honored to have with us the head of community relations and marketing of Blue Leaf Energy Philippines, Mr. Jason Gavina.
Hi.
Welcome to the show, Mr. Gavina.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for your
here.
time.
Thank you.
Okay, so we go straight
Yeah,
to the questions. Can you tell us all about what
Blue Leaf.
you are? Okay, there's not much of an introduction, but Mr. Gavina, you handle
The
corporate
stakeholder
social
relations.
responsibility,
Correct.
or CSR,
Yes.
for Blue Leaf Energy.
Philippines.
Okay, which is you deal with renewable energy,
Renewable energy.
specifically
Floating
focus
solar.
on you focus on solar,
Solar, floating solar.
particularly floating solar panels.
That's right.
Which is very interesting. I think very interesting for the people to learn all about. No? And how long have you been? How long has Blue Leaf been in existence?
Several years when it used to be Conergy, so way back 2000.
Conergy.
Yeah.
What's Conergy?
Conergy.
What is it?
We're building. It's an EPC for solar projects. So now it's been rebranded to Blue Leaf Energy.
Who owns Conergy?
Blue Leaf Energy is now owned by Macquarie Group.
Before?
Macquarie Group.
I'll get back to you on that, the history and Conergy.
okay.
So, yes.
So
I think it's acquired by Blue Leaf Energy now. Yes.
it's in existence for how many years now?
Uh,
Blue Leaf, I mean.
Blue Leaf, over 4 years now.
4 years.
Yeah. And have you been there for? You're new, no?
You're relatively new, yeah.
You're quite new. Wait, but is CSR is? But you've always had CSR. The company always had CSR.
Correct. Yes.
Okay, great. So what do you do for corporate social responsibility? Could
So,
you give us like in a
overview.
nutshell, yeah, like an overview.
So Blue Leaf Energy, I guess just as a way of introduction, Blue Leaf Energy is in the business of renewable energy.
Renewable
We're building
energy.
pioneering floating solar projects in the Philippines. We have 2 major projects in Laguna, one in Caliraya Lake and Lumat Lakes, and the other one, a bigger one, with Sun Asia in Laguna Lake.
Laguna Lake.
So Laguna Lake and in Caliraya.
Caliraya.
Okay.
Yeah. So, aside from delivering power, renewable energy for the country's energy needs, we believe in good corporate citizenship, being a good neighbor to the community. So as early as development stage, we partner with them in doing programs such as, for example, in health, we train the health workers and the barangay tanods for them to to learn about first aid.
First aid.
We realize po in the community, malayo yung mga ospital. There are barangays that, don't have, perhaps the newly appointed barangay health workers have no idea about first aid.
Really? Health workers,
And it's hard because, when you're building a power project beside these areas,
Yeah.
you should, they have to also be
They're expecting something.
yes, trained and kept so together with LGUs, we partner with rural health units, with the LGUs, with the barangays, even the Bureau of Fire, kasi may mga resource persons sila. When we give them, for example, walkie-talkies, the tanods, so mas makapag-communicate sila, we also train them on how to use them on disaster resilience.
Okay.
So those are small initiatives we're doing. There's also livelihood component, training the in Cavinti, there's a association, Cavinti Weavers Association, doing this Sambalilo
What
hats.
association?
Cavinti Weavers.
Somebody.
Weavers.
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 Yeah.
So they do this straw hats made from pandan leaves.
Yes.
So they're selling it, I think, for 3 for 100.
How do they call that?
Sambalilo.
Somebody.
So this is somebody.
It's a straw hat, yeah. It's being used by mga farmers, etc. So sabi ko, we need to train them on how to properly price this kasi minsan they're spending entire days doing it and they only sell it for a very cheap price. So we tap other resource persons, give them training on product costing, development, baka they can use the same materials for bags and
Yes.
increase livelihood.
Livelihood. Ng
When did they start doing this?
Since last year.
last year.
So
If I'm not mistaken, parang I have a friend, I think in Cavite also. Her name is Claire Concepcion. Have you heard of her name?
no.
Parang she does like lamps, etc. But for the shade
Right,
But I
right.
think I've heard her say that she was like in touch with this. She kind of organized weavers from Cavite.
Yes, yes.
I don't know. Maybe.
And in the other areas that you're in, how hard it is to I don't know, associate with the
Do you organize
communities?
them? Do you organize them or?
Yes. For example, one of the things we started in Caliraya Lake, there's no organization for boat operators.
Boat
But
Why do you need boat operate?
when we start building the floating solar panels on the lake, since it's going to be on water, we need the help of the
boatmen?
boatmen. So
Movement.
one of the
So
things we
that's
did is,
employment.
also sort of organize them para whenever there are people on site, like our engineers going there,
Yeah.
they can benefit the local. So we tap the boat operators and then mas organize na sila when we start construction.
No, but did you displace any jobs there? Were they fishing? These boatmen, were they fishermen also in the lake?
Yes, there are fishermen, fish cage operators as well. So
What do they fish there? What kind of
they
aquatic?
breed tilapia,
More on
fish
tilapia.
cages and
Okay, okay.
tilapia. So there are parts of the lake that actually are for fisheries. And the good thing about the project, since it's under the National Power Corporation, may allotted areas for fisheries, and we don't use them. So we're in a different area. Um,
I'm
I can
curious.
coexist with the
I'm curious,
fisheries.
Mr. Gavina. How big is the? Let's say, let's talk about what's the bigger lake, Cavite or
Caliraya. So this is around
Caliraya.
120,
100 hectares?
130 hectares.
130 hectares. How much of that? How much of that 120 hectares is used by your floating panels, floating solar panels?
So we're the Caliraya Lake is around 1,000 hectares.
1,000 hectares.
So we're only using around 130 for the floating panels. So
That's still big, huh?
it's really a
130
just a percentage of the entirety of the lake.
Wow, 1,000 hectares for the
Yeah.
The whole
Oh,
area.
The whole of it.
Yeah.
So they are
So 100, but 120
130
hectares is sizable.
Yeah,
huh?
it's still sizable.
Still sizable, yes.
Yeah, okay.
So I can imagine that you will be also generating employment through the project
Definitely, yes, sir.
in the community.
Correct.
You get your workers from within the community.
We'll be hiring local. Right now, we have 2 local hires for community relations.
Local
team.
what?
Local hires.
Okay.
At peak construction in the Caliraya project, we're expecting 1,000 jobs to be created.
That's good.
And definitely, hindi na kami lalayo. We'll hire the locals.
Pero one time lang yan.
During construction, sir. Pero even in operations, we'll be hiring
right.
around, I think, 200 people as well.
To do what?
To do maintenance, to
Maintenance.
do monitoring, patrolling, cleaning, operating the power plant itself.
Operating the power plant.
So that's a plus side dun.
So aside from that, so indirect economy, for example, pag may mga workers, we'll also need transportation. There will be a need for more apartments. Where will they live? Where will they eat? The restaurants, the hotels where we hold our meetings. So that's a lot of economic activity in those
But I
communities.
think, yeah, but are there local community? Caliraya has like a hotel or something, di ba?
Correct.
There are
Yes, sir.
resorts or
There are some
something.
hotels and resorts as well.
Plus tourism, no?
Plus
You're,
tourism, yes.
you're
We're-
planning to have a to promote that for tourism.
Yes, we believe that
solar
we can coexist with tourism, and we're not competing with them. I think the tourism in that area has also created jobs and improvement in the community. One thing that we did is listen to the community actually, and so one thing unique about the project in Caliraya is we're putting a Sambalilo icon, which is their
hats.
pride, diba? Their hat nga.
Yeah.
And we're incorporating that in the design of our panels. The second is that we're also doing as a homage to the fisher folks. And sabi ni Mayor kasi the best tilapia is in Lake Lumat. We're putting a tilapia icon in the on the panels for the Lake Lumat. So we envision this to be an attraction. I think the engineering students would also be interested to see this, the science majors, the STEM high school students. Na, we envision them to be going to the lakes, touring and seeing these areas. Coexisting with fisheries and generating power.
We should go, Chito. I'm curious how this looks like. I mean, in real,
and to taste the tilapia.
Well, yeah, needless to say.
Yes. Fresh,
No,
fresh.
yeah, but
Fresh tilapia.
is Cavite near You pass by Los Baños, di ba?
Yes, after Los Baños, go straight ahead.
Just also on the way to Quezon. I
Towards
think.
Quezon.
Quezon, near
Yeah, I've
Quezon.
been there. San Pablo.
Correct.
San Pablo.
yeah.
No? There's a lot of good fish there.
So how do you choose those the areas for your projects? Like why
Why
those
Caliray?
lakes?
Yeah. So, we're already for the case of Caliraya, it's already being utilized for power. So
By?
CBK
Right.
has a hydropower plant there.
Hydro-
So
hydro plant.
we're just putting more panels there to sort of optimize the area in terms of use. Laguna Lake is very huge. I think thousands of hectares, and I think with the Sun Asia partnership, we're only with the 1,300 megawatts. Even if it's that sounds sizable, we'll only be using around 2% of the lake.
2% of the lake, huh?
The total Laguna
in
Lake.
Laguna Lake.
Yes. So it's yeah, those are the considerations. Of course, it has to be near interconnection. We have to connect to the grid.
Yes.
There should be enough how do you call it, irradiance, enough sunlight for the solar power to be harnessed.
Yeah.
You need a service contract with the government, right?
Correct, sir. Yes.
And there's a bidding for that.
Mhm.
So how is it going along?
We already have a service contract with DOE in terms of exclusive exploration for the use and utilization of those areas
For how long?
for 25 years.
25
For
years.
25 years. So that's the
25
contract.
years.
For GEP, for example, GEP2, NKS Solar 1, the Caliraya project is one of the winning bids for GEP2. So we really need
What
to
is GEP?
the Green Energy Auction
Green
Program.
Energy
Auction.
Program.
How does it work?
So the DOE
Yeah.
parang bids
How does
parang
it
ask
work?
the RE developers to bid for to supply renewable energy. And then yung mga mananalo with a good tariff has, you know,
And there's an issue in pricing, right? About that's why GF3.
GF3. Yeah.
That's the.
I think there's
the one
another round coming in
yeah.
this year.
When did you start yours? 4 years ago?
The GF we won last year for NKS.
So
yes.
you already have a
Yes.
contract now.
We already won GF2.
GF.
For the Sun Asia one, the one in Laguna Lake, we still intend to join future
GF3.
GF.
So you have to bid.
Yes, sir.
You have to bid again.
Yes, sir.
Is there a lot of, do you have a lot of competitors?
Oh, there are a lot of interested players, and now that the country has opened up to foreign investors as well, a lot of RE players coming in.
But you need a lot of capital for this kind of project. No?
Correct, sir. Yes.
Yeah, in your case, it's over
I
a
can
billion
imagine.
Yes, sir.
US dollars.
Yes.
Yeah.
For only one area.
Yes.
For one project.
For one project.
Capital intensive.
It's
Very
capital
capital
intensive.
intensive.
Compared with coal plant, which is more expensive to build.
It depends here on the size, but I think
And in terms of the power generated, I mean,
which is more expensive to
to in the
in terms of capital.
in terms of capital,
I think solar is more expensive, no?
rather than coal.
I think we're efficient. We're building this to deliver, you know, an affordable price that is
Yes,
acceptable to the market.
Yeah.
So nothing against coal. I think we need base load also. But you know, the Philippine Energy Plan, the DOE, is pushing for more RE.
Yes.
Floating solar has been there in other countries for many years. It's time that the Philippines adopt.
So it has been in that has been in
Yes.
use for a long time.
Yes, sir.
In
Actually,
which countries?
There's Japan, in Taiwan, nearby Thailand, actually. Indonesia
Indonesia.
has
There's a
opened
big-
it last year.
there's a
There's
big
very
project
huge
there.
floating solar. I think in Switzerland, it's in the news. They're also doing floating solar. It's there. The technology is there. The technology has matured. The Philippines should catch up and utilize, you know, what we have in building renewable energy.
Yeah, pero nauna tayo sa Southeast Asia. In Southeast Asia.
May nauna, sir. Marami na
Sino?
nauna. Indonesia,
is
for
already
example.
Indonesia. Okay.
So we're going to take a commercial break and talk more about Blue Leaf.
And this break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, hashtag Bigger Better Younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you.
Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk dives deep into pressing issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
Hello, once more, mga katribu. We're still here with Jason of Blue Leaf Energy. So, what are the new undertakings of Blue Leaf Energy with related to the Kaliraya? That's the existing project, right?
It's the advanced stage.
Advanced
so
stage.
We hope to start construction by early of next year,
Which?
Q1. The Kaliraya project.
Kaliraya project.
Cavite is already up and running.
No, sir, it's Cavinti and the Kaliraya project is composed of 3 municipalities: Cavinti, Lumban, and Kalayaan.
Oh, akala ko some of these are running already.
No, it's
The hydro
nearing
plant
construction
is,
pala. Yes.
Everything?
Yes, for
Ah,
Kaliraya. So
okay.
it's gonna be
So matagal din ang construction phase, no?
estimated
You
to be
started
around
last year. You
yeah.
started last year, di ba?
Permitting stage last year, sir, so we're in development pa rin. Construction will start by Q1 next year.
I see, yeah. Because I
To
saw
be-
it in the news. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, to be online by 2026.
Online by 2026.
That's
Tagal,
2 years
huh?
from now. No, that's
Hopefully earlier.
relatively fast.
Oh,
In
by that
terms
time
of,
Trump is going to be the
setting up.
president already.
2026,
And there would be a...
Trump. Yeah. Well,
Macquarie is what? Is it a Scottish?
Macquarie Group of Australia.
Scottish.
Yes.
Oh,
Australia.
Australia. That's why. That's the reason why. My friend Michael was based in Australia for the longest time.
so the local partners are who?
So the local partner for the Laguna Lake one is Sun Asia, which is
Sun Asia.
Ms.
Sun Asia.
Tetchi Kapelan is also
Oh,
an
Tetchi
institution
Kapelan is-
already in solar,
I
right?
know her.
Um,
I've heard of
so
her.
that's
She was
Kapelan.
using
That's Sun Asia.
agriculture. Yeah.
For the other project is NKS Energy Utilities.
Who's NKS?
Our president is A. Paul Fausto,
Okay.
so also an engineer.
Okay.
So
All in
we work
RE.
with these local partners in building this project.
Yeah, but the one in the farms, was Zabaleta.
Who?
Because Macquarie also.
I think these are the former
That's
projects
not- that's
under
not green-
Conergy.
that's-
This is not
Conergy.
Blue Leaf Energy.
That's not green leaf. That's not blue leaf. That's not blue leaf. The solar farms that were owned by Macquarie. But that's sold
There's
back to
there's
Accent.
also land.
Madami kayo, di ba? Solar farms.
Yes.
Madami. They're all over.
And
Here and in Japan.
yeah, the basic problem, I guess, would be permitting, as you said. I've heard that there's more than 100 permits and licenses
100 permits?
that you have to go through to start a project.
How long will it take? 5 years?
You know, it's not just unique, sir, to Blue Leaf. I think
Yeah.
among all, in fact, the government has issued an Executive Order 18 constituting
simplify.
constituting a
Green
green
lane.
lane for
Green lane.
for strategic investments, including RE, and we're happy that both of our projects are recognized as green lane projects.
Okay.
With the help of BOI, mas nasa-streamline yung priority projects na to. And when we present to the community, knowing that this is a DOE priority project, DTI through the BOI
Yeah.
is prioritizing this. It's easier to also get their consent and move forward in terms of permitting.
If you're in the green lane, if you're qualified for green lane, to be in a green lane, what happens? Are there lesser time for permits, or is it?
Yes, sir. Actually, it may time frame like 20 days, for example, for complex
20 days.
transactions, 10 days or 3 days for simple transactions.
Yeah.
At the same time, so they need to reply agad in terms of the permits.
Yes. What agencies are involved?
For
Granting
for
permits.
the permitting,
For
we have,
permittings.
DNR for the compliance.
DNR.
There's,
DOE.
NGCP, DOE,
NGCP, DOE.
the jurisdiction in terms of NPC, LLDA, National Power. If you
Can't
count
they
all the
issue just
if you count
one?
all the barangays, there's still the government. So that in Caliray, that's 10 barangays
What?
already.
Each
So
barangay you
Each
have to
each
get,
barangay.
barangay, you need a
Do they ask
permit.
money with that?
God's sake.
Uh,
Oh, kawawa ka. You know, God, I mean, anyway,
So,
you should do China. Should follow the example of China. In China, pak, you're dead. You know, di ba?
yeah.
There's
we're talking about permits.
The challenge really
no,
is
no.
to
If in China, if the local government, you know, or
Commits,
tries to
some-
make money or sits on it, and you're dead.
the challenge is to really to help them appreciate the project, especially since it's new. A lot of speaking to their to the language of the barangays, also showing the benefits,
Yeah.
like employment, etc.
But usually, what are the questions? If you talk to the local government, anong hinihingi nila? What do they talk about? I don't,
Yeah.
We're happy that most of the governments.
what are the questions?
Yeah, they consider it as a development. So the revenues that will be
Jobs.
will be created, the
Because
jobs.
it creates jobs. Does it generate jobs?
It generates jobs. It will create other related economic activities.
Yeah.
It will bring in revenues annually. In
Right.
Cavinti alone, I was checking my notes, around 30 million a year.
30 million pesos a year.
In addition,
Which will be raised by what?
which will be paid to the local government.
Local government.
Yes.
To be paid the local government.
Yes, by the when we operate. So that's real
That's a year.
property tax.
30 million a year.
More than 30 million.
More-
and
more
then
than
there's ER 1-94.
That's tax.
Tax.
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
there's a
Yes,
tax.
yes, tax. It's income tax.
Tax income.
The Department of Energy also has ER 1-94, which is the financial benefits to host communities, requiring all power generating companies to remit 1 centavo per kilowatt hour net sales
Okay.
to the host barangays, to the host municipality, to the host province, to the host
So
region.
there's a lot of incentives.
Yes.
There's a lot of incentives.
And more than just the money, where it's being used. So 50% of that fund goes to electrification fund. Yung mga sitio na walang kuryente, walang street lights.
Oh, yeah.
Minsan may nadaanan kami, may baka na agad doon sa harap kasi hindi namin nakikita, there's still a lot of sitios and barangays that need electrification.
Really?
So, and then
In
there's-
Laguna, huh?
In Laguna,
In
sir,
Laguna.
yes.
My goodness.
It's not beyond.
Yeah.
Jesus
Not
Too
not
near
everything is
Metro Manila.
walang street lamps yung iba.
So can your solar panels help?
Yeah, definitely we're not selling on a retail basis.
Yeah.
As we're
Yeah.
industrial.
So you to
But
the
the
grid.
funds that we are going to generate through the ERA 1-94 that is allotted for that, specifically for that. So the LGUs can tap that fund, and the development can be felt, tangible benefits for the communities.
Yeah, that's fantastic. So that's what you relay to the. Who do you talk to? You talk to the barangay
Yeah,
captain.
the host communities, the
host
captain, the
communities.
councils,
The council.
the councilors, even the locals, fisher folks, to the boat operators, even senior citizens, youth, lahat na.
So do they welcome? Usually,
Yeah.
Yes.
maganda
yes.
naman ang response.
Yes, sir. Actually, recently we're happy na in the DepEd schools that we provided support has also acknowledged NKS and Blue Leaf for our as a stakeholder in terms of helping them. The Cavinti also provided a local award for us. And we're happy, actually, if I can share we won a sustainability award, the Green Apple
Wow,
Awards,
fantastic.
from the Green Organization in the UK.
Okay. So it's an
For-
international.
Yes, it's an
so
international award.
internationally recognized.
Given that there's innovative technologies
For the
and our
carbon
work in the
emission.
communities. Yes.
The
Galing, ah.
So we're
Wala,
happy.
hindi pa nag-start yung project niyo kung may award na kayo.
Yes, sir. Kasi I think that's the way to go. You can't engage them pag nag-ooperate ka na eh. You have to start making them understand and engaging them as early as possible.
How did you get that award? Did you make representation there, or we do it?
We sent an online entry, a free entry. Then they selected it. Yeah.
I would imagine that the communities would be more receptive to a solar project rather than a coal plant, where the emissions will be kind of
Harmful.
problem for
May environmental impact talaga yung coal.
environmental.
Can you imagine England start no more?
No more coal.
Can you imagine that? And they were the first to start.
Correct.
You remember the Industrial Revolution?
Again,
That's how England became, a power. I mean, industrial power. But they stopped.
Correct.
Fantastic. I
the,
mean,
pro-
that's...
the practical problem there is the sustainability of renewable.
But apparently England, long before they put an end to coal, tagal na sila nag-RE. Di ba? For years, 2019, 19 something, in the 1970, I don't know, something. Basta before 2000s pa, I think. Nag-start na sila. They've been starting. They put an end to coal. Actually, they've gradually already programmed the end of coal a long time ago.
Yeah.
through nuclear.
Yeah.
There's
Well, they are
nuclear,
into, I think
They,
they're
they
nuclear.
have to use it.
I think the Philippines should also be, seems like the president is receptive to nuclear. Ang
Kasi
problema lang
you
sa
need,
solar.
you need base load eh.
Yeah. Ang problema lang sa solar, kasi matagal, di ba? Matagal at saka, well, it's seasonal.
The project.
I mean, it's not seasonal, but it's not,
Intermittency.
Dependent
yeah.
on the
but it's
natural
really safe, I mean,
condition.
Yeah, that's why also the storage is evolving. No?
Please store
battery.
I think
Battery,
there's really, aside for a developing
Bottom
country
line.
right now, there's a space for all these technologies in the energy mix. So we really have to align to the energy plan of the country.
correct. Yeah.
And right now there's a push for RE, and the technology has matured. Floating solar, for example, and it's time for us to adopt it. And
Yes.
really.
Yeah, that's the way to go eh. Because we're a
Yes.
tropical country.
Tropical
Correct,
country,
yes.
so we have a lot of
Daming
sun.
wind,
The
di ba?
most-
May marami ding
Wind,
Yes,
sun.
yeah.
wind.
Well, wind, they've already started the one in Ilocos, di ba? The Malangin.
Yes, yes.
But okay, so you have that in Luzon. You have it in Cavite and Caliraya. Where else are you thinking of?
So
What
we're
are
right
you
now,
eyeing?
we're just focused right now in the medium term on the finishing these two major projects, mega projects, because like the 1,300 in Laguna Lake is already a lot of work already.
1,300 megawatts.
Megawatts.
Yes. Sir. Yeah.
That's
How
a lot,
much would that?
It's two,
So you
two coal
that goes to the
plants.
grid.
Yes, it goes to the grid. So
Okay, and then
hundreds of
right.
households, thousands of households,
Thousands.
millions of Filipinos.
That's
in
equivalent
all-
to two coal plants, regular coal plants.
But it will benefit
1,300.
households in Luzon.
Luzon grid, correct.
Luzon grid lang. Okay. Sana may Visayas, no?
Meron na.
Pag na-connect na,
No, kasi sa Visayas, farm eh. Wala solar, walang floating eh.
they're also hopefully.
Macquarie rin.
Macquarie din.
So
It
right now,
started-
sir-
It started with Macquarie.
So far,
But they sold it to Ayala, I think.
Ah.
Yeah. But I think only one
Ma-
guy. One guy. That Sabaleta, I know, well, that guy kasi, that's the one who started the solar, saying solar farms, because he was the encargado of that. He was working with Sina Charlie Landoni in San Carlos.
So,
That's where he started.
is that a major project?
Major. Yeah, that's why nga sabi ni Michael
Macquarie.
Rodriguez, I go to Negros to visit the solar farm. And that's a different story.
I think kaliwat kanan na po. I think a lot of companies are building renewable energies.
Yes. But you need a lot of space, that's the thing. You need a lot of space.
Correct.
The good
And
thing about the project of Blue Leaf, it's on
water.
water.
Yeah.
So we don't need to cut trees compared to the land one.
I'm sorry.
We don't need to cut many trees.
Correct. Yes.
Kasi wala na pong trees doon.
or you clear the land, no? Something.
You don't have to clear that.
Have you heard of Lake Cebu in Mindanao?
Yeah, I've
Lake
heard. but I
Cebu.
haven't
That
been
would be a great place also to float.
We'll
the
take
solar
note of
farms.
that.
It's when I went to General Santos. That's one of the just a really long lake. One of the major lakes in the country. Yeah, but
Also the other dams that the reservoirs we have, like I think in Pantabangan,
yeah.
a few others. This can be
this can be tapped, no?
tapped.
Yeah. But, well, I hope there's no more insurgency in those areas. Kasi hot
Is that a problem in your projects?
In
Insurgency?
I'm not sure with Laguna Lake. I don't think that's a problem in Laguna Lake. It's very
Insurgency.
industrialized. No? In Caliraya used to be an insurgency area. In fact, there's a battalion, infantry battalion, based there. But we're happy that it's insurgency free now for several years.
Yeah.
So you
So
don't
from-
pay revolutionary taxes or things like that.
Yeah, well, I think we're engaging very well with the communities, and that's the best security we
Yeah,
have.
this insurgency is really economic. Eh.
Right.
You give people jobs, what else?
Yeah, correct.
The
That's,
insurgents cannot thrive if the people have complaints, or if they have
That's a
problems like
bottom line of those
unemployment and all
problem.
that. They only thrive because of the people's problems,
Correct.
and because of lack of government attention and support and care. That's the reason why insurgency. But once you take care of that, and that
nailed
should
it.
solve the insurgent problems. Oh, okay.
So what other CSR projects are you into? I mean, Blue Leaf.
So environmentally, so we're pushing for RE, and actually this afternoon, sir, we're signing a memorandum of agreement with the National Power Corporation.
Okay.
We're adopting around 3 hectares of the watershed in Caliraya. We're planting native trees there and maintaining that for the next 3 years.
Okay. Great.
So
Wait, is it denuded ba in that area?
there are areas na needs to be reforested, and since it's a watershed, all the more important. And the beautiful thing is we're hiring locals to help us plant. We're tapping our employee volunteers to join in. Maybe you can join us also to plant trees.
Yeah, why not?
We'll schedule and get back.
Well, anything that would get me out of my desk and get me out of Metro Manila would be nice. I mean,
How big is this area? that
So
you
initially
have?
we're starting with 3.2 hectares.
3.2 hectares.
Yeah, so that's
Wow.
3,600 seedlings, native trees.
What kind of trees?
Native, sir. So like Kamagong, Nara, among others. Yes, and then we'll tap the local barangays to plant, so they can also make money from
Are you
it.
going to be planting also?
Yes. Exercise.
How long will it take? One weekend?
It should take a few batches, siguro 2 batches will plant, and then, but the maintenance will be quarterly, and so yung mga namatay will have to
Be replanted.
replanted, and then tree guard, and then weeding.
Great.
This will be protected areas naman.
Yes, sir.
Do you need
COVID.
like forest rangers there or something?
There are currently forest rangers in the area.
That's a huge area, 3 hectares.
This is maintained by NPC, sir, kasi the National Power
National Power
Corporation.
Corporation.
That's our
I don't want to say anything because I'm with NPC's government, no?
of course,
Okay.
national
Because we're
power.
not allowed.
So we're having our last commercial break, and we'll be right back.
And this break is brought to you by Angkas, Beat the Traffic, Bayad Center, hashtag Bigger Better Younger Bayad, and you can buy it all. Meralco, ang liwanag ng bukas. SM, we've got it all for you. Smart, live more today. Union Bank, it starts with you.
Tune in to Daily Tribune's show aimed at addressing the needs and problems of our OFWs from different corners of the globe. Hear about their plights and success stories every Tuesday and Thursday, 3 p.m. only on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now on YouTube.
Straight Talk dives deep into pressing issues of leadership, politics, business, and more. Engage in insightful conversations with industry shakers, government leaders, and trailblazers every Wednesday at 10 a.m. only here on Daily Tribune's Facebook page and Tribune Now in YouTube.
So we're back, Ted, and we're still here with Jason.
Let's find out from Mr. Gavina what else is, how else is Blue Leaf
Energy.
CSR? How does it? I mean, what's the impact on the local communities, and what else are you doing in terms of corporate social responsibility?
So in terms of, I want to speak, in a realistic sense, no, sir. When a power project comes in a community, there's a high expectation, like it will solve a lot of problems and give a lot of sponsorships, like a milking cow, di ba? But it's a different shift in perspective. We want them to be not just beneficiaries or like puro dole out. We want them to be partners.
Stakeholders.
So stakeholders are partners, meaning when we, for example, when we give in the Eco Brigada Eskwela we have last June, hindi kami nagbigay lang ng school kits. The schools have to determine which ones are the most needy students. So we work with the barangay, and then the kids need to bring recyclable bottles.
Recyclable.
So parang basura palit gamit eskwela. Recyclables kapalit yung gamit eskwela. And I think that encapsulates our approach in terms of working with the community. Partnership, hindi pwedeng bibigay lang namin ang ibibigay.
One way, yeah.
One way lang. And yung mga approaches namin sa livelihood, connected, for example, we want to train together with TESDA and LLGUs, for example, people for the green jobs. By the time we start construction, we want them to be ready yung skills nila. So that even after construction, they can be hired in other solar power plants that will be built in the Philippines. So that's how we view our engagement with them.
Did you design this program?
Ownership.
Yes, we have a team. I think Judy, Peter, and Rick, JR are there also helping me out. And of course, CSR is a company effort, not just a team, a small team.
Great,
It's
fantastic.
kind of hard work
Mahirap.
to
Yeah,
engage
you have to be
with
patient.
the
Yeah.
communities.
What are the challenges? What are some of the challenges that you know that impede your work or impede your objectives, satisfying your objectives?
You really have to get buy-in and
I'm sorry.
you have to get buy-in from
Buy.
buy-in, like support
Buy-in.
from the local,
Yes.
from not only from internally from the management and also externally among the partners. You have to communicate progress. You have to manage your expectations. You know, hindi pa po kami nag-cooperate, so wala pa tayong hindi ganun kalaki yung fund, but you know there are things that we can do together. So those are some of the challenges in terms of CSR.
But what do they need? I mean, what usually anong mga needs na that they impart to you?
Yeah, like in Barangay Lewin, one of our in Lumban, major need nila is water.
Water.
There's no water district. They don't have a
Wow.
they don't have a like katulad natin Maynila or 'di ba Manila Water.
How,
So-
how do they get by?
Wells?
They wells, or
Wells.
yung ibang may private may ano sila
Pump.
pumps, or yung iba nag-igib pa sa ibang bayan. So
Grabe.
so these are like the priority needs.
Where is
na-
this? Laguna?
Laguna, sir.
Laguna.
Those are not, those
It's
are
so
not-
near, yeah. It's so
Those
near.
are not
near.
serviced by any water company.
Right now, it's not. Yeah.
Why?
That's a
Because
complicated
there's no-
question, sir. Sally.
There's no returns for the
I can understand if it's far off some place, but Laguna. Wow.
See Mar Rojas when he was running, he had like a barangay water program that he was talking about. I wonder if I cannot remember then, but it was like it was really for the remote areas. I don't know whether.
How do they?
Yeah, but unfortunately, Mar doesn't have any idea. Doesn't want anyone to know. Wala na siyang gana talaga for politics as of now. But I would imagine water would be a. What about electricity?
basic.
Do they have power?
Yes, for power, for example, as mentioned, part of that is electrification fund. I think when the project gets funding and operationalized, we'll have these benefits trickle down to the community. So matayo na yung mga street lamps nila. More schools will have classrooms.
What about their homes?
This will
Light for homes.
generally for the community naman. Sir.
Okay.
So yes.
But as of now,
There are CTOs, that are unelectrified still.
so how do they use?
Either
the
they
power?
use lamps, mga diesel kerosene,
Pinky.
kerosene, yeah.
You use native oil,
those.
coconut oil or something.
Right.
Yeah. Wow. In the Philippines in 21st century, pare.
21st century.
Yeah.
Not in terms of licensing, 100 licenses. How can you get?
How can you?
For
What's the
God's
time
sakes.
frame for that? Not unless you're in the green lane. If you're in the green lane, how long will it take?
It's still 100, but it will be
Still
short.
100.
Generally faster. Like
Faster.
one of the advantages of green lane, I think you can apply simultaneously for other permits. Kasi yung iba, you have to wait till you finish one, till you get to another
Are you in
department.
charge of that? Are you in charge of that?
Partly, so it's a whole company, hati-hati kami na mga permits na.
So in the 2 years that you normally
With
build the
yeah.
project, how long does it take to get the permits all done?
I haven't done it like me as a whole, no? Pero it could take, like in my previous life when working for other power plants,
okay.
it could take 5 years
Oh shit!
just to finish, the
Just
That's
for the
absolutely
licenses.
shocking, pare.
right.
My goodness.
How can
There
they
are
No
also-
wonder
and they
foreign
want
investors.
projects to go, to be fast. Well,
Wow. Where are we? I mean, what kind of a country
It's
is this?
kind of
Were you working for other companies before?
Yes, yes.
So you're familiar with this aspect of of
The project development cycle,
Yeah.
so from the permitting to development,
It's not the
construction.
building of projects, no.
Yeah.
even
It's the
before you can
licensing
start,
that's the problem.
So it's really a race, there's a lot of interest, but getting it done is another wanting to do it, and getting it done is another game. Just for example, imagine, sir, convincing 10 barangays and
That's
3
right.
municipalities
Correct,
just for one project.
10 barangays.
Yeah. So I think in Laguna Lake project, we have with San Asia, I think 5 municipalities. So that's a whole
5 towns.
dynamics in each town.
Yeah.
You have to understand. And
What do you do? I mean, are you head of a team or are you?
I'm head of the stakeholder relations and community relations. So we're
But you
doing.
have people under you.
Yeah, we have a team. We have site people as well, locals,
How many?
to help us in this.
Securing the approval. And
Yeah, ultimately social acceptance.
Social acceptance.
What happened during the time, because it's now going to be barangay elections.
Well, that's another
Baka humingi ka naman
complication.
sa-
Yeah. That's a whole new.
Are you anticipating that?
Yeah, we will be having a national elections next year.
I think the barangay elections is
Yung barangay-
postponed. Yes.
wala pang barangay
Wala pang
elections.
barangay.
Midterm,
Definitely.
okay,
Kung
sorry.
kailan.
So, national pa lang.
national.
Yeah.
That's where the local government gets kind of.
Yeah, but that's a little bit shocking. I mean, for this 100 permits and to secure the approval from 10 barangays and 3 municipalities.
I can imagine with there's also this land negotiations with
That's why
the right of way,
Right of way,
towers,
that's another problem.
access to the
isa
site,
pa.
etc.
No, but you're the water. Sa tubig kayo eh.
Correct, sir.
Oh,
It's
that's
relatively
To get there, how do you?
But we have to get
need-
there. You just
You need right of way.
You need right of way, correct. You need
have
areas to
to transport the panels.
Navigate. Yes.
How big are these panels? You have to go and find out.
Well, the blocks are hectares, so it's really, different sizes, depends on the location. But this will be assembled first in our assembly area, then transported by boat
By
to,
boat.
to the lake. Yes,
Starting from where?
from the land,
I mean, starting from which part?
from the shore.
From the
Depends
shore.
on which part are you looking at. So,
Okay.
so then you need to assemble it first, then put it in the lake.
So, is there any danger that what happens if there's a storm or something, or what are the precautions that you?
Yeah. So there's an entire department, workplace health safety environment department to really instill this culture. So more than just the preparing for this incidents, like possible incidents like storms, or changes in the water level, or it's also preparing our drivers, making sure they're well rested before they drive to the site, to wearing the right equipment, safety vests, wearing the right shoes kasi baka madulas ka kapag talking to the communities also about like the navigational lanes. There will be like a safety perimeter 10 meters from the
10 meters.
10 meters
shore.
from the panels, so
From the panels.
and this is communicated to them na dito po kayo dadaan, so mas safe sila, and
You're talking about the fishermen.
with working with the fishermen and the together with the
Kind of fishermen, kind of find they're wary about the fact that these panels are there. It looks like alien. Di ba?
you'll be surprised, Sir Ted, that most fisher folks also have solar panels.
What do you mean you have solar panels?
Kasi some of them buy it in online. There's Shopee and Lazada. There's
Pwede ka
Small-
na bumili
There's
ng
solar
solar
panels,
panels
yes.
sa Shopee?
Yeah,
Yes.
of course.
Meron ka?
Shopee, why do they need
sa Shopee,
solar panels?
so there's someone familiar with how solar works. So
So what do they install that in the roof, in your roof?
in their roofs, yes. So some of them
If you
have
live in a
solar.
condominium, then you're dead.
Yeah.
So I guess we have to.
Parting words.
Have your parting words, Jason.
Again, thank you for this opportunity, and
Yes, thank
it's
you
been an
for-
enjoyable interview. Renewable is the way to go, and let's go support renewable energy.
Yes. Very interesting. We
Correct.
maybe one day we would like to we could see how these things look like in real in real life.
And this is one of the
Just
first.
imagine.
It is.
Is it the one of the
water.
first?
The NKS is
who proceed?
the first utility scale in the Philippines. The one in Laguna Lake is the largest in the Philippines.
This yours also?
Yes,
This yours also?
in partnership with Sun Asia.
But they already started. But it's already operational. It's running now.
Maun ni sir. The one
Ay,
that's
hindi pa
being
rin.
built, both are still in the development. NKS will be the first to be built.
Which?
The one in Caliraya.
Kaliraya.
The one in Kalaraya. Okay.
We hope to
Great.
see you there. And
Yes,
join us.
I'm very curious.
That will be an
Very
interesting
curious.
visit.
Yeah. Okay,
So
thanks.
thank you for joining us on another insightful episode of Straight Talk. We hope you found today's discussion as enlightening as we did.
A big thank you to our guest, Mr. Jason Gavina, the Head of Community Relations and Marketing of Blue Leaf Energy Philippines, for sharing his Blue Leaf's invaluable insight with us. Remember, if you have any questions or would like to continue the conversation, you can reach out to us to our social media channels or visit our website for more updates.
So stay tuned for more thought-provoking content and interviews right here on Straight Talk.
This is Teddy
Chito.
Montelibano and your Chito.
Of course. Now you
Chito,
remember.
Mr. Chito Lozada.
So next week, till next week.
Until na, okay. Okay, thank you.
This public service announcement is brought to you by Meralco.
Alam nyo ba kung saan napupunta ang binabayad nyo sa Meralco? Dito sa series na ito, isa-isahin natin yan para maipaliwanag ko po sa inyong lahat. Ako po si Josel Dariaga ng Meralco Corporate Communication Office. Alam nyo ba na pag nagbabayad kayo ng bill sa kuryente, nasa mga 20% lang on the average ang napupunta sa Meralco? Sa katotohanan, nahahati sa iba't ibang components ang inyong electricity bill. Kumbaga parang pizza lang yan. Kasama sa binabayaran natin ay ang generation charge na napupunta sa generation companies o mga nag-ooperate ng power plants, transmission charge na napupunta sa System Grid Operator ng Pilipinas, na National Grid Corporation of the Philippines, at iba-ibang charges na napupunta sa gobyerno. Tulad po ito ng mga subsidies, taxes, universal charges at fit-all. Kung tutuusin, tulad nga nabanggit ko, nasa around 20% on the average ang kabuang bill ang binabayad sa Meralco sa pamamagitan ng distribution charge. Ito na ang pinaka-epektibong sistema para sa electricity consumers. Iwas abala ito para hindi na isa-isahin pang bayaran ng iba't ibang kumpanya na dinadaanan ng kuryente. Naway, nabigyan linaw ko po kayo kahit papano sa inyong mga katunungan ukol sa inyong electricity bill. Hanggang sa muli, ako po si Manong Joe, ang inyong lingkod.